Guys, welcome to all of you all, and today we are in for some diamond talk. And as you all know, diamond has always been my favorite subject. And well, today we are here to discuss about Natural Diamond Council's first ever Jewellery Trend Report, which has been launched under the leadership of Richa Singh, who is the Managing Director of Natural Diamond Council India. So what is this jewelry report? So basically this jewelry report offers insights and critiques about natural diamond jewelry trends. And as all of you all know that I have been posting a lot about these trends on my stories, which are the statement cuff, the shoulder dusters, geometric designs, and also the gender fluid jewelry. So before I begin and invite my first guest, I would like to know from you, which is your favorite trend. So please type in the comments, so which is your favorite trends amongst all the 4 trends I have just named. And today it's my privilege to have not just one, not just 2, but 3 renowned retailers from India who will be talking to us about Natural Diamond Jewelry Trend Report and also showcase the exclusive jewelry. So let's get going and let's begin our first guest, who is Siddhartha Sacheti. Hi, welcome. How are you?
Very well. So nice to see you.
Likewise, we all have been a great admirer of Jaipur gems and all the exclusive jewels that you make. So I'm looking forward for an insightful chat about Natural Diamond Jewelry Trend Report from you. So let's begin. First of all, I would like to know about how do you feel to be associated with Natural Diamond Councils and being a part of the first ever trend report?
So first, I'd like to thank you, Renu, for having me for this Instagram Live. Thank you so much. And I wish Natural Diamond Council all the very best. They're doing a fantastic job.
Yes.
And it was kind of a no-brainer for me because, you know, for us, luxury is something which is rare and whatever is natural is rare, right? So it kind of, both of them work together hand in hand for Jaipur Gems. We've always been purveyors of fine gemstones, fine diamonds, and natural. Even when we do rubies, emeralds, everything is natural. You know, we never use anything which is lab created, particularly in our jewelry, because everything is very special and people spend a lot of time and money to buy pieces of jewelry from you, right? And so therefore when they wanted to do the trend report, it was very easy for me to agree. It was exciting because today, you know, we all need to come together in some way or the other to push the value of natural diamonds in everybody's minds and hearts. So that was very easy. It was like a no-brainer. I just said, yes, of course, let's do it.
Of course, let's just do it. And also people put a lot of the emotions behind buying jewelry, especially natural diamond jewelry. So I think everything goes all together, the time, the efforts, your efforts, and a lot of passion, meaning, and everything put together makes it so beautiful.
Exactly, because you see, people buy jewelry. When do you really buy jewelry? You know, you buy a jewelry to celebrate a moment, right? You want to, it's your engagement ring, or it's a moment of success of your life. It's a moment of love that you want to share with each other. So for those moments, it's, you know, and when you're buying a piece of jewelry, you're buying it for that precious, rare moment, right? And when it's a precious, rare moment, it typically goes with a piece of jewelry which they think, and which I believe everybody should think, is a piece of jewelry that will hold that value forever for them, right?
Absolutely. That's so well said. And moving on, your 2 trends have been featured, which is the statement cuff and also your shoulder dusters. So we would like to see some of your jewelry, and we would also like to hear your inputs about these trends.
So we were already working on our trend, which is very current right now, and which I will talk more about after we speak about this. But we were already working on that, and at that point of time, you know, we were working with our PR agent in the US, right? And we had a very interesting requirement. They said there's a superstar who really likes the brand and would like to have something for her, really like a showstopper moment, and what can we create for her, right? And so therefore we got together, we drew up a few sketches, we We ideated, we did some design ideas and everything. And then we came up with these beautiful showstopper earrings. So the person that we are talking about is Katy Perry, right? And she wore these earrings. Yeah, and she wore these earrings at the finale of the American Idol, right?
Lovely.
So yeah, and our brief was very simple. It has to be beautiful. It has to be wow, but it cannot take away from her, you know, because she's the star of that moment. So we ideated, we came through so many things, and then, you know, at the end of the day, then we decided, you know, this seems perfect, and we sent her 4 iterations, and she selected one. And after that, it's history. You know, you can see it on YouTube, the beautiful video that is of the American Idol finale. You'll see the beauty, how gorgeous it is. And after that, when we got the collection in store, the young generation just took off. You know, they just fell in love. They've just always loved it from day one. You know, and what I also see with them is if they're wearing large earrings, they don't want to wear a necklace. It's just OTT. You know, this is a very minimalistic generation that we're talking about, right? So if they want to make a statement, they have these beautiful long earrings, and they would like to pair it with something very interesting. I said, you know what, rings are very boring. Let's do the cuffs. So we started doing, started doing pairs of cuffs, single cuffs. And again, you know, those were really, really well appreciated, and they really loved them, you know. So I think, in my opinion, when they asked me, what do you think is the upcoming trend? For me, it was like, it was like a no-brainer, you know, to give them this idea, like you have to do the shoulder dusters and the cuffs. You know, and it kind of worked with them, because that was the kind of feedback that I think Natural Diamond Council had from the international, you know, their international friends. So it kind of worked hand in hand. Yeah.
Lovely. So do we see some jewels that you have arranged for us?
Yeah. I have some very nice ones here.
Interesting.
This is one right here. You can see.
Lovely.
It's nice and long. It's 7 inches in length. I mean, I'm just trying it on for you to give you some idea. But
that's kind of you.
Yeah. So yeah, you can see the flow is so sexy in its own right, right?
Yes.
It's just gorgeous. That was a little bit more dramatic. Then I have a very straight line, very linear shoulder duster, which is, again, you can see very straightforward, very simple, very elegant. You can see that in spite of having that length, they're still very minimal. I mean, in terms of the look, they're not overpowering your personality, you know?
Absolutely.
They just lend themselves to the persona so beautifully that overall the personality gets uplifted, you know? So that's very important. Then I got a cuff to show you, which is one of my favorite cuffs, because Art Deco is another big trend, right? So we've got this beautiful cuff. Unfortunately, I have like a few of them, but I just couldn't get all of them for you. You know, because of the lockdown and everything. So you can have a look at this cuff here.
Interesting. Yes. And
very
if you don't mind, can you open the cuff and show it to us, like from inside also?
I'll have to use both my hands.
Okay, no problem.
You know, so yeah.
And do you have, by any chance, a picture of Katy Perry with those earrings? Just asking you in case if you do have it with you.
Yeah. I have a beautiful video which I want to share with all of you guys. Just hold on a second with me.
Yeah, take your time.
So you can see here.
Oh, there we can see. Yes.
You can see those earrings very clearly.
Yes.
So you can actually also go to YouTube and see this entire video. It's the American Idol finale. It's the American Idol finale of 2019, I believe.
2019, okay. Thinking, as you were showing these earrings, you know, that in the current time when it's all about Zoom meetings and online celebrations, be it a wedding, birthday, anniversary, whatsoever it may be, it's all about Zoom meetings. So I think like a shoulder duster and a cuff would be an ideal piece of jewelry to just wear, dress up, and just attend that gala Zoom meeting or the party.
Yeah, you believe me, this afternoon, you know, I've just been to an engagement ceremony on Zoom.
Right.
You know, so it is the reality of today, right? And you want to look nice and you want to present yourself well. and more so for the other person. They are also doing a Zoom not because they want to
I
do
know.
it,
I
but you
know.
want to
Yeah.
dress up to make them feel special at the same time, right? It's
Absolutely.
so
Yes,
so
absolutely.
it all goes. Earrings will be very visible if you are shoulder dusters, if not the cuff at that point of time.
Oh yeah, for
But
sure.
yeah, for sure. I mean, you
I
can
wish I
always do
had
what.
some. I wish I had some of your cuffs right now.
I
Maybe
know,
next
I know.
time.
Next time.
Yes.
Next time for the other
Right.
trend that I have in mind, I will let you know on that.
Done. Sounds like a plan.
Absolutely.
And moving on, tell me, Siddharth, in your opinion, what is the consumer's response to these trends?
So you see, normally any trend in India takes a while for people to accept, digest, and then become a trend. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, as being one of the leading brands of the country, for us, it's important that we introduce the trend in time to them,
Right.
and keep feeding them, right, through newsletters, through emailers, through Instagram posts, through social media, influencers, and so on and so forth. So it grows on them, and when it
Mm-hmm.
grows on them, then it's when you start getting
Right.
a response. It takes up, in my opinion, in India, if there is a trend that has originated and you think it's very sure about it, it takes at least between 8 to 16 months for it to actually get good consumer response, for it to
Mm-hmm.
be a very successful trend because you see, we
Right.
are talking about very high luxury pieces, you know
Mm-hmm.
so when it's high
Mm-hmm.
luxury, you can't have a trend in the sense that ki aaj pehna hai, you made it today and
Right.
it starts
Right.
tomorrow. You need to cultivate your audience. You need to
Right.
tell them that this is also a way that you can dress yourself. You have to keep instigating their memories. You have to keep enticing them, showing them these
Mm-hmm.
are the so many ways that you can wear these things, and this is the trend and why it is a trend. So you keep talking to them about it from various angles and views,
Mm-hmm.
and that's
Mm-hmm.
where the trend really starts picking up.
So it's a completely work in progress. You just need to keep on making more
Always.
awareness and
Yeah.
just your content, talk to people from the industry, and that's how the buzz is created.
Exactly, and that's how. So right now I mean, we by God's grace, we had a great response, and people have loved it, and the kind of people whom we were envisioning that they would be wearing it, that's
Mm-hmm.
exactly the audience that have actually come out and bought these things, and so therefore we are very, very happy. We actually got great success in Doha,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, because we had done a show in Doha, and in Doha they absolutely, it's a very, we have a thing about, maybe the Arabs are a little bit more conservative and stuff like that, but I'm quite surprised. It's a very forward looking,
Mm-hmm.
very brand conscious society, and they
Right.
actually, all the trends that we introduce, they are one of the first people who end up
Mm-hmm.
buying most of our trends immediately.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So
Yeah.
here's a big round of applause to the entire success that you've had with the trends.
Thank
That's really
you. Thank you
amazing
so
to know.
much.
And
Thank you.
amongst all the four trends that we've spoken about, you've spoken about two, but amongst all the four trends which has been launched by NDC, which is your favorite trend?
My favorite trend really is my shoulder dusters. I mean,
I knew
I
that
just
was
am
coming
absolutely,
up.
yeah, I'm totally in love with them. I've made a
Mm-hmm.
version of them in pure 22 karat gold jewelry as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in love with that trend, honestly speaking. And if I'm not passionate about it, I
Right.
cannot, I cannot even speak to you about it. I
Mm-hmm.
just love them, and I think they're really, really fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. You think consumers are becoming more aware about conscious luxury?
I think consumers are not very this thing. There's nothing. I mean, conscious luxury is a good thing, but in my opinion, consumers are very aware about how much they can spend
Mm-hmm.
for that particular moment.
Mm-hmm.
And for example, you are doing well. You're working in a good company. You're making a generous salary,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to take a holiday, right? A special moment. Let's go to a
Right.
holiday instead of jewelry
Mm-hmm.
right now. So
Mm-hmm.
you will do your best to enjoy that holiday, right? You can say conscious luxury, but you will not cut your corners when
Right.
you're going on that holiday. Similarly, it comes to jewelry as well. So
Mm-hmm.
for that particular budget that you have allocated to buy that moment, that jewelry for
Mm-hmm.
yourself,
Mm-hmm.
you are going to try and buy the best that is available. So yes, your decision may be conscious,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, you do not want, a customer is not really wanting to compromise on the luxury that they want to buy.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well said.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So
And with that, before we wrap up, is there any piece of advice that you would like to share with our audience?
So I would like to tell them a very simple thing, like your memories are forever and they're very special and they just come once in your lifetime. So is a
Mm-hmm.
diamond, so is anything natural, so is anything which is real. And
Mm-hmm.
believe in the natural and real story. They are here to stay and they're here forever. You
Mm-hmm.
know, do not get overwhelmed with something that looks alike, something that is cheaper. Buy
Mm-hmm.
something that is you, that's going to stay with you forever. That's my only advice to all the consumers. They're very sharp, all the consumers, they know what
Yes,
they need. But as a
absolutely.
jeweler, I would want them to retain the value of anything that they bought forever, right? So that is my
Absolutely.
honest advice to them.
Mhm. And so with that, Siddharth, your advice will stay with all of us forever. And thank you so much for giving us all your time. It was wonderful to hear all your lovely insights. And we look forward for more jewels and for more trend reports from Jaipur Gems. And with that, I
Thank
would
you
like to
so
take
much,
your leave.
Renu.
And it's been my pleasure. And thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Bye.
Absolutely. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Yes, likewise, Siddharth. Bye.
Bye. See you. Bye.
Okay, so with that, we've had Siddharth. He spoke about two trends, which were the statement cuff and he spoke about the shoulder dusters. Now, let me invite my guest number two, and she will be talking to us about the next trend. How are you?
Hi.
You're looking so lovely. And there has already been a
Oh, thank you.
compliment, lovely. And there has already been a compliment from somebody, from Mukesh, saying lovely necklace. So we will.
Thank you, Mukesh, very much. And thank you, Renu, for having me here.
It's my
Thank
pleasure.
you.
So as we build on, we will definitely want to see that gorgeous necklace that you're wearing.
Yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit about this necklace and what was the inspiration behind this necklace.
Lovely, lovely. We're totally excited. So let's begin by knowing how did you feel about being associated with Natural Diamond Council for the first ever jewelry trend report?
I think it's a wonderful initiative.
Mm-hmm.
And, someone offering the prediction of styles, in jewelry, especially with regard to natural diamonds,
Mm-hmm.
is, I think, the call of the hour. If you look at trend setting happening in different fields, whether it is with fashion or with even makeup or
Mm-hmm.
hairstyles, there has been so many initiatives that are happening, all around the world. But I think when it comes to jewelry, I think this is the first of its kind in India, and I would say in the world, because I have seen a lot of trend reports, but that's more to the manufacturer
Mm-hmm.
and the wholesale department.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to the end consumers, I think it's a first of its kind initiative for sure. And I love the way they have carefully, have the panelists on board,
Mm-hmm.
because they have taken care to take a good mix,
Mm-hmm.
so there's a good blend of the stalwarts of fashion. At the same time, they have, from the international arena, someone who understands, diamonds, jewelry, and who is known to, find the hidden gems all over the country with regards to designs or brands.
Mm-hmm.
And even
Right.
they have considered journalists.
Mm-hmm.
Usually people don't take journalists in their panelists. And I think journalists are very important, because it's a journalism which actually helps. The journalists are the ones who actually help in knowing the future trends. So
Mm-hmm.
having a good mix of all these three, I think, is a wonderful combination, all got together with
Right.
their knowledge. And I think that they could do 100% justice to, coming up
Mm-hmm.
with the future trends of 2021 and so on.
That calls for a big round of applause to Richa Singh, who's worked so hard, and our entire team of National Diamond Council, who worked so hard to curate this trend for all of us.
Definite,
So Richa, this is for you.
definitely, Richa. Kudos to you.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, sure, Richa. I haven't met you in person, but I think that it's a wonderful initiative, and really congrats to you for even starting this initiative.
Yes. Thank you so much for your kind words. And now, talking about trends, talk to us about consumer sentiments towards new heirloom.
So I think that today's time, modern heirlooms have taken a completely different thought process.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier when we would speak of heirlooms, heirloom was always considered something which you carry forward from one generation to the other. But I think that
Mm-hmm.
modern heirlooms is not the way the old heirlooms were. Like, to me, modern
Mm-hmm.
heirloom is something which a woman can wear from 20 to 60 and still stand apart and make a statement wherever she goes. Jewelry, because today is a part of your identity. You know, style has also taken a very important role. It's not just about status and prestige. It's also about individual style, status, and prestige. So I think that similarly, you know, how during, you know, when you look at fashion stylists, they actually help you to identify fashion which suits your psychology, your personality, your skin tones in the same manner. You know, diamonds, jewelry being such an expensive purchase, there is a lot of thought that needs to go, you know, because your personality never changes. So I think that when we concentrate on buying modern heirlooms, you know, and you need to wear it from 20 years to 60 years and still stand apart, it's very important that we buy jewelry on the basis of our identity and our personality and our lifestyle. And that's the key to actually creating modern heirlooms.
Lovely.
You know, I always believe that one should buy jewelry as per identity.
Right.
And I would love to show you some of my modern heirloom pieces if you would love
Please
to see
go ahead.
them.
Of course, please go ahead.
So let me talk about a ruby necklace which I made for my daughter's wedding for myself. And I believe that I'm a trendsetter personality who loves to make a statement and make a conversation starter. So I'll just share with you a piece which is a ruby choker. Can you see it?
Yes, we can see it clearly.
So these are all pigeon. So these are non-heated Burmese pigeon red rubies. And you look at the flow of how I have created depth, dimension, and drama. And, you know, I wore this with a Manish Malhotra baby pink lehenga, which had a similar, like, you know, ruby flowers, you know, on the ghagra. And a piece like this, I feel with my identity, I can even carry it at 60 or even at 65. Because I believe that today's woman is very different. Today's woman is very different from, you know, what my mother was or what my grandmother was. You know, that point of time, they never felt that they could carry such opulent pieces. But I think today the woman is young till the very end of her life. You know, she can always be young.
Right.
And I feel that this is for the trendsetter woman.
May I request you to hold the piece in your hand? No, to just hold it in your hand so we can see the fluidity and the detailing, if you don't mind.
Okay, so I'm going to hold it in my hand. I'm going to open it so you can see the flexibility.
Yes, please. Wonderful.
So you look at this, it's all on hinges, individual hinges.
Very interesting.
Then I created another piece I created was for my daughter, who was the bride. She's a very contemporary woman. So she likes classic with a twist. And this is what I created for her.
Interesting.
And I saw to it that the emeralds here are interchangeable. So she's not restricted to one color. She could wear it with multiple. So just keep it on my neck and just show it to you.
Lovely.
So this is what I created, the emerald and diamond necklace with all fancy cut diamonds for her. Again, very flexible.
Yes.
Just really. And again, you see that, you know, I always worked with a lot of depth, dimension, and drama. And I believe that you need to buy, like, I don't see my daughter wearing the ruby necklace as I would wear it, you know. So when I showed you the necklace and you look at this, so what this does to me, it does more to me than what the other necklace does, because this is part of my personality. So I always believe that you wear jewelry which actually enhances you, and if it's a part of your personality, you will radiate the most. And that's why when I wear this, I'll radiate more than I would with the other piece of jewelry. So this is what I mean by putting a lot of mind. And, you know, when you're buying expensive modern heirloom pieces, see to it that they are part of your identity, so you can enjoy wearing it and yet be the showstopper wherever you go.
That's
this is what I call as modern heirloom.
Yes, that's so beautifully explained. Thank you so much for such an insightful explanation. And moving forward from modern heirloom, my next question is that how do you see diamonds are being styled for daily wear jewelry instead of just being styled for jewelry which are worn on formal occasion? See, I always believe that earlier diamonds was always worn
to enhance a woman, and later on it became a commodity, and we have gone back to where we began. So today a woman is wearing jewelry to complete her look, because I always believe that fashion and jewelry need to coexist. And to look ultra glam, you need to see that they both complement one another and don't go against one another. So it's very important that you wear the right jewelry, not just with your personality, but with even your fashion, because jewelry can make or break a look, you know. So I think today people have realized that, the younger generation, and even, you know, with a lot of exposure, we all have realized. Why I would say younger, I think everyone who is a lover of jewelry or a connoisseur of style has realized that it's about style, status, and prestige. And she wants to use her pieces, because I think the diamond jewelry is about sophistication. Everyone can wear, you know, and everyone can wear diamond jewelry during the day and in the night. But when it comes to you know, bold gold pieces like the one I'm wearing, not everybody can carry. You know, you require a particular personality to carry this gold piece of choker even during the day. But when it comes to diamonds, it can be worn. It's very versatile, I think.
Absolutely.
It can be worn with anything and yet look very chic and very elegant, and yet look royal. So I feel that diamonds are actually a girl's best friend, and it can be worn anytime. And people have realized that they can wear diamond hoops during the day. They can wear their, along with their solitaires, they can wear, you know, your duster earrings. You can wear so many options. And that's why I feel that definitely diamonds are become an important element of people who can, of the HNIs, or people who can afford it, of course, you know, for them. And I always believe that, you know, costume jewelry is okay till the time you don't get married. But I think after marriage, you need to wear real jewelry for sure. And I also feel that, you know, women today have become very practical. So they are looking at neck pieces which are not hoarded, you know, in lockers, but which they can make use of. And for with that thought in mind, we had invented this modular jewelry, interchangeable jewelry, which could be detached and worn as a lighter set during the day or for the smaller functions, and a heavier. And I would love to show that collection so people understand that you can actually make use of diamond jewelry in multiple ways.
Lovely.
So let me show you my wow collection. So this is a bangle. You know, I realized this idea came to me when I came to India in 2006, and I realized that, you know, everybody was wearing that patti chudi, the typical patti chudi, and it just didn't go with our Western attire. It just looked misfit. I took that concept in mind, and I created this bangle, because this looks very international when worn. But if you want to wear it like your two patti chudis in your, because, you know, they say that shaadi ke baad haath suni nahi honi chahiye. So you can detach this bangle.
Oh,
and you
lovely.
have two single solitaires.
Nice.
Now, if you want to wear it, as a different pattern, you change this. It's magnetic, so you have your third pattern.
That's wonderful. That's so innovative.
So
That's
I'm
amazing.
the inventor of. So we have multiple designs in this, where you can really play with your jewelry, have fun with it, and yet look different every time that you adorn this piece, and it never looks the same.
It never looks the same.
In the same manner, we realize that, you know, when it comes to neck pieces, you see, it's very difficult to wear this piece during the day and make use of it, you know, for people who are even classic. Like, this is more for the neoclassic personality or the elegant personality, because elegaza would never wear anything more than this. You know, they want they are very understated, and they would want to have this. So I realized that women don't wear their Mangal Sutra that often. So what I did was, I cleverly made the Mangal Sutra into the necklace when required, and into a Mangal Sutra. I'll just show you how. So they have concealed locks in it.
Wonderful.
Where you can detach it.
Right.
You can open it. This becomes your Mangal Sutra, which we give you with the Mangal Sutra beads. We give you with the ruby and the emerald beads. You can wear this, join this together, and wear it as a small solitaire string.
Wonderful.
Also.
This is so creative. This is
So,
so creative.
I always believe that in India, when you buy luxury, it's always a merger of form and function. It can't be
Fantastic.
just design.
Mhm.
It needs to have function. And I
Absolutely.
felt that practicality was the call of the hour.
Mhm.
Versatility. We want to all look different every time.
Mhm.
Oh, more the
yes.
better. For every woman, more the better. And, so I realized all this and I created this line of jewelry. And every 10% of the proceeds of this jewelry goes to my foundation, which I'm directing it
Lovely.
for the skill development program of less fortunate women.
That's such a
Because
wonderful
wow,
cause. Mhm.
because I feel that wow stands for very own wish. Why not in such a industry which is so lucrative? Why not satisfy your desire and fulfill a less fortunate woman's wish? And that's what sisterhood is all about. So
That's
this
so
is
beautiful.
my wow line of jewelry, which I have
And
invented.
right.
Jewelry and diamonds can be worn at any party.
It's been such a wonderful having you and for you to share your passion and your designs and the trends with all of us. And we've taken back so much from you. So thank you so much for sharing your heart with all of us. And we look forward to seeing more jewelry. And hopefully once the lockdown eases, I will surely make a visit to your store.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you,
Thank you.
Varuna ji. Thank you so
Okay.
much. Oh, wow, that was a really insightful conversation with Varuna di Jani, and she spoke from her heart all about her innovative designs and trends. And now it's time to invite my last guest.
Hi,
How are you?
very good.
And privileged to have you here with us
Same
and to
here.
talk about these wonderful natural diamond council jewelry trends.
Sure.
So my first question to you is that talk to us about your experience being associated with Natural Diamond Council and being a part of the trend report.
It's a privilege to be associated with the Natural Diamond Council because and we've been associated with them since almost the beginning. Richa's been there, and it's an industry authority which is really working towards promoting natural diamonds, and
Yes.
it supports the integrity of the natural diamond industry. So I think it's a privilege, and I'm very happy to be associated.
And talking about trends, so then let's hear about the trends that you would be talking to us. That is the geometric design first to begin with.
Okay, so I personally am not very fond of geometric designs just for the heck of geometric designs, but I do love the Art Deco, which is very geometric, and very functional geometric design. So for me, it's not geometric just for the sake of the geometricity. For me, it's very important that there's timelessness in jewelry, there's elegance in jewelry. For me, I'm always looking for jewelry which can be passed down, which can be worn by everybody, and it's functional. And even though it may be either geometrical or classic, there is a twist that adds an element of design to it. Yes. If you want, I can show you some examples of what we've done
Yes, please.
with the geometrical designs. I'll just show you a couple of examples.
Yes,
So one
please.
is this one. Okay. Yeah. Okay, sorry. Just trying
Yes.
to understand. Yeah. So this
Yes.
is emeralds, and we've done these big diamond like a marquee shape. It's basic, it's classic, but it's still very eternal and timeless.
It's just a conversation starter. It's something very elegant.
Things like this, which, like I'm saying, is classic and geometric at the same time, but timeless and interesting also.
So this was about the trend which is known as the geometric design. And moving on, we are also going to be talking about the gender fluid design. So let's hear your take about that.
So, gender fluid jewelry is based on the concept of inclusivity and diversity. It's an expression of individual style. So today, the time has come where you're not a man or a female or whatever. You're an individual who, you can be open to do whatever you want. It's the society thankfully has also changed where there is no judgment happening. Earlier, you would go to a party and you would see people, behaving in a particular manner, and there would be some who would either judge or look at them in a different manner. But today, there is acceptance in society. So, this is a new category which actually increasingly is, reflecting the fluid world around us. It's breaking this stereotype of masculinity and,
Right.
femininity, and even international brands like Bulgari and Gucci and Cartier, they are all capitalizing on this. And in India, we have people like Ranveer Singh, we have
Yes.
young millennials, they are leading the way. And, you're wearing your beads on your wrist, you're wearing some interesting, neck pieces and things like that. And, really, this has started surprisingly way back when our Maharajas would wear
Absolutely,
jewelry.
yes.
And, I was reading this interesting thing about, so all of us know that, the Cartiers of the world, they made their money because they would come to India and the Rajas and Maharajas would order them the jewelry. At that point of time, the kings, the men would wear more jewelry than the women. In India, actually, it has started long back, and we are now, reinventing the wheel and going back to it. So
Yes.
that's what it is.
So probably the entire credit goes to our Maharajas for always
Yes.
dressing up and wearing these lavish jewelry. And believe me that they always carried all the jewelries which they wore with so much grace, with so
Yes.
much persona, and at the same time with so much elegance.
Absolutely.
So they have been an inspiration to all of us. So since you've spoken about being associated with National Diamond Council for its trend report, and there are 4 trends, and you've spoken about 2 trends, let's hear which is your favorite trend.
So, for me, as far as Anmol is concerned, and I've always believed that, sometimes one should not be trying to be trendy just for the heck of being trendy. Because
So well
when you
said.
say trendy, it can be in trend for a little while and then not in trend.
Right.
That doesn't work. So for me, even if there's something which is, in trend, and like the trend report says that this is trendy and,
Yes.
this is what the millennials are wanting,
Yes.
or the young people are, wanting, we would always tweak the design in a manner where it becomes timeless. So for me, that is a very important aspect, because we don't want our consumers to buy jewelry from us where after a year or two they feel that now they can't wear it, or they want to
Right.
return it, or they are bored with it, So, the right thing to be in a trend is to make sure that it's timeless. So that is the eternal trend, in my opinion. So what we at Anmol always do is whichever design we make, and I have personal favorites, I have a personal style which is kind of synonymous with Anmol, where, consumers who come to our store expect that design element from us. We are known for our designs. There will always be that little bit that will be different, in terms of the finish, in terms of the, the look. There will be that added little, dimension that makes it wow. That is the key. So it can be simple, it can be functional, but it will be different, and it will be, stunning at the same time. Show you one example of what we did.
Yes, please.
It's a chandelier earring, which
Lovely.
is, we've used a lot of brios, and so this is good for a bride, where, she can wear this on her Sangeet day, or at one of the functions where, less is more. She doesn't need to wear a necklace, but so it's, again, if you can see, this is very, very timeless in its look.
Yes.
It has this beautiful tassel kind of rose cut diamonds coming down, and it's stunning, and it's a showstopper at the same time.
About designs and the trends, and you spoke that how each and every piece of your jewelry is timeless. I would like to add that each and every piece of jewelry of yours is Anmol.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You've shown us these lovely chandelier earrings, and we know that you have one of a kind of designs which are created with a lot of passion. We would love to know about your inspiration behind these exclusive jewelry pieces.
So, one takes inspiration from almost anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Travel is one major factor.
Mm-hmm.
Very honestly, I do visit the Basel show regularly, and
Mm-hmm.
it is one of the most inspiring shows. And
Mm-hmm.
from there, one picks up not only trend ideas or design ideas, but workmanship ideas. And that go a long way, today. I when we started, Anmol is 35 years old now.
Mm-hmm.
We started in 1986, and in 1998 was the first time that I went and attended the JCK show in Vegas. That's when I realized it hit me so strongly that we were so far behind in workmanship as far as
Mm-hmm.
international standards were
Right.
we were like way behind. We were in the bullock cart age as far as jewelry manufacturing.
Mm-hmm.
And today I'm proud to say that we are as good as anybody else in the world. We have adapted so beautifully, and today the finish and the workmanship that we do is of international standards. But each one of us has to be uh, passionate, has to do his R&D,
For
should be
sure.
willing to make items and break them if they don't work out the
Yes.
way
Yes.
the person you have envisioned it to be. That is very important. It's very important that you put your heart and soul, and not be scared to even admit that you listen, you made a mistake and this is not the way you thought it would look, so break it
Right.
and redo it again. So that is very important. The thoroughness that has to come into each design, each piece. It could be a small piece, it could be a big piece, and of course, at the end of the day, it's also your taste that matters. What is
Absolutely.
designing at the end of the day is all how you put two things together. Like, for example, if you're doing layering, I'll just show you one
Mm-hmm.
example of how we've done layering here. So these are
Yes.
two different necklaces, but
Wonderful.
how they complement each other.
Right.
And this is what even Varuna was talking about. So these are two necklaces. At the
Yes.
wedding, you wear it together, and
Mm-hmm.
you give it that very grand look for that a bride needs on that big day. But
Mm-hmm.
later on, you can wear both the pieces separately, and
Right.
so the wearability factor goes up. So how you complement, two sets with each
Mm-hmm.
other, how you complement your stones with the diamond, how you complement different shapes, how you do, for example, again, this is another example of color stone, and
Yes.
how you do the drops in the center and things like
Mm-hmm.
that. I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's all about taste, and
Mm-hmm.
that is the key. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And move forward, my question to you is that what do you think consumers are becoming more about conscious luxury?
You know, when we've gone through this pandemic, especially, I think a lot of people have now realized that they need to put value into whatever they do. So it
Mm-hmm.
could be a holiday, it could be buying jewelry, it could be whatever. I personally feel that there will be, and there already is, a shift in the mindset of people. So
Mm-hmm.
rather than being frivolous, I think people will become more conscious, will
Mm-hmm.
become more aware of the brand that they're buying from. Natural diamonds. I think natural diamonds is the key here. Diamonds is the key because that is what is timeless. That is what, when you spoke about heirloom, that is what is heirloom.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there is a definite shift and change. And once these difficult times are behind us, I think we will see the benefit of that, and also sustainability. Sustainability is key. We are all, we understand that, and it's important that we invest in sustainability and sustainable jewelry.
So with that, thank you so much for sharing all your wonderful insight. It's been
Thank
my
you.
absolute privilege to host you and to get
Thank
these
you so much.
valuable insights from you and to see your
Thank you.
lovely creations. And thank you, Richa Singh, for launching this fabulous Jewelry Trend Report 2021, and we look forward for the next Jewelry Trend Report soon. So with that,
Absolutely.
guys, thank you each one of you all. Thank you, Siddharth. Thank you, Varuna Di Jani, and thank you, Mr. Ishu, for all your valuable time. Thank you, team Natural Diamond Council. Thank you, everybody who's been a part. Thank you, Jenna, and the entire team of all the three brands. Thank you, and be safe.